The Theater Guild is holding auditions for a panoply of plays. My first question is going to be, what's a panoply? But joining us with more, we welcome Barbara Powell and Ellie Izzo to the program. Thank you both for joining us.
Thank you for having us.
Yes, thank you.
So we got a panoply. How many is in a panoply?
Well, a panoply.
Panoply, okay.
Yes, it is like a big showing, like an extravaganza. It's like, you know, flags and horses. And
It's a little bit like Pan America, a little bit of everything.
It's like big.
It's big.
It's like a lot of big stuff.
Just know it's big.
It's big, and I like alliteration, so panoply of plays kind of plays into what I like to do. This one is panoply of plays. It's called Cavalcade of Comedy.
Okay, and how did you guys come up with the idea of doing the kind of the multiple little segments or the multiple plays within the performance?
So we do a lot of what we used to call readers' theater, short 10-minute skits with 2 or 3, 4 people, as an opportunity for people who don't want to memorize, and an opportunity for people who've always wanted to direct, but never had a chance, such as Ellie Izzo.
Okay.
And so I call it the Readers Theater Project. But then we found that people thought it meant that people were just going to be reading. And it's actually, we're acting, there's a little bit of staging. So we came up with the panoply, and people like the name, so even if they can't pronounce it.
There you go. So you're going to have auditions, people are going to be coming in, and you get to be a first-time director, Ellie. So what's that like?
It's an amazing opportunity for me, and under the guidance of my dear friend here, Barbara, I'm really looking forward to learning something new. So I was in the mental health industry for a lot of years.
I thought you were going to say institution.
Oh, no. Well, that could be an issue as well. But and as a psychologist, when I got interested in Theater Guild, I thought, oh, this will be easy to do. Well, it's not as easy as it looks, and I loved learning a whole new thing, a whole new way of being, a whole new way of expressing oneself, and making relationships with so many new people. It's really a wonderful thing. So I'm looking forward to this opportunity to direct, and I think it's going to be fun. My excerpt that I'm doing is an interesting episode from All in the Family, which was an iconic show with Archie Bunker. And Meathead and Edith.
Michael Stivic and Edith and all those guys.
Yes, so it's going to be a really interesting opportunity.
Okay, so it's your first time directing, and it's a smaller bit. Luckily, you don't have an hour-and-a-half or 2-hour play to try to direct the whole thing, but you have also seen this, and it's been on television, and it's been directed, and so what are the differences, what different approaches you're taking to doing this? Obviously, it's a play, not a television show.
Yes, well, we have to work with it to make it more of a radio show, and that's been interesting for me in adapting the script, because we have to put in sound effects, and we have to help the audience to know what's going on, because they're not necessarily seeing it. We have to make believe they're just listening to it rather than seeing it, even though they're going to see the whole makings of a radio show. So that has been an interesting approach. And we have to pare it down. And in the case of All in the Family, we have to make a few little changes to make it more politically correct for today's viewer.
Don't do that.
Right?
So Barbara, what are the auditions going to be like? They're going to be next week on 10th, but what should people come prepared if they want to be part of this?
Okay, so we have sent them the synopses and the sides. They have a better chance of getting a role if they are prepared. And we've asked, and this really sounds ridiculous, but please bring your reading glasses and have your hearing aids. I've had people come to auditions and rehearsals without their hearing aids. That, I know, you're looking at me like this is not true, but it is.
Makes it a little harder.
It's impossible, yeah. So anyway, so it's interesting. We're doing All in the Family, Dragnet, As the Stomach Turns, and Star Trek. And we're
Saint Nowhere?
And Saint Nowhere, which is an original play by Estelle D'Annunzio, and they're all spoofs of television shows. We've turned them into radio shows. So with the Foley sound effects on stage, you know, the
right,
and all that kind of stuff.
The doorbell.
Yeah, we have doors, we have wind machines, we have a lot of those already.
Okay.
And that's part of the fun.
That's the fun.
Right.
And then the audience will be part of like a live studio audience, because they did film a lot of the radio shows before a live studio audience.
Right, and a lot of these TV shows, obviously All in the Family and some other ones, in front of a live studio audience as well.
Yes, but they were never radio shows.
They were they were never radio. That's
right.
That's
so that is a little twist. We have a younger demographic here, so we wanted to have the shows resonate with our population, rather than you know, I don't know, some of the ones that I love, like Johnny Dollar, but you probably don't even know who that is.
Don't know that one, sorry.
Yeah, so there you go. So that's that.
So Ellie, you're a first-time director, but are you going to take some chances? Are you going to do some things? Hey, I think this might be fun to give this a try. Are you thinking of how you want to innovate a little bit? Or?
Well, yes, I probably will get my feet wet in that, and I have a little bit of a bossy nature, so I think somehow I'll be able to embrace directing, even though I'll tamp it down, because leading from behind when you work with actors is really an admirable way to direct. So I'm coming into it knowing that I have a lot to learn, and very willing to take feedback from those people who are more experienced. And it's wonderful to be part of a community where you get to learn new skills such as this. So I have a little bit of an inkling, and I think I have some leadership qualities, but there's a lot more for me to practice as we go.
Well, with Ellie, I watched her very first audition as an actor, and we cast her right away because she has such wonderful natural instincts.
Okay.
And I think she'll be a great director.
Do you hear that?
Well, I do have a little bit of an ability to read people and help them a little bit to go in a certain area, certain direction, and I hope that will be my friend as I'm into this new experience.
Now, what is the most important thing you want to get out of that performance of All in the Family? Are you trying to get the characters to kind of find that place where they need to emote and do the right thing, or is it the overall theme of the storyline, or what are you hoping to get that shines through?
Yeah, this particular excerpt really introduces a very important theme, and it was a turning point in the series itself, where Edith takes a stand with Archie. Oh. And so it may have been at the very beginning of a whole cultural change. Okay. And so that will be showcased in this piece.
Right, because Edith, I remember on the show, she kind of took a back seat to everything Archie said, but that moment where she stands up for herself, certainly during the women's rights movement and all of those things in the 70s, was probably a pinnacle thing to see on television.
See, you have really good instincts. You just nailed it.
So the shows are entertaining, but all of them have a little something that cause some kind of introspection. You know, I like a good pie in the face like everybody else, but
absolutely.
I do like our plays to be smart in a way. So
yeah, and I think you can have the laughs. I think All in the Family certainly proved you can take serious subjects and still have some laughs within there too.
Exactly.
You know, it's so important to keep your sense of humor about yourself. As long as you can laugh a little bit at yourself, you're going to be good.
Okay, we'll get some chuckles out of this thing. So recap for us what we want folks from doing at the audition one more time before we head out.
Show up on time. You should be there from 2 to 4. Wear your glasses and your hearing aid. And it's going to be like herding cats. So if everyone could just be respectful of the process, that's always good for us.
And real quick, one more thing. I know you guys are doing some stuff at the libraries as well. Tell
yes,
us about
thank you. Yay, the panoply of plays. Thank you very much. The Orange County Public Library just opened up a couple months ago, and they have a sweet little room, kind of an outdoor room. And the second Tuesday of every month, we're providing a program of entertainment for them. This next week, it's a bunch of shows that we've done in the past with a patriotic theme. And so that will be July 9th at 2 p.m. at the Orange County Public Library. And the following month, The Last Voyage of the Steamboat Malta, all-woman cast from a 1930s radio show.
Terrific. Sounds
original
fun.
show.
Theater Guilds, Barbara and Ellie, thank you so much for joining us today.
Thank you.
Good luck
Thank
with the
you.
auditions.
Yeah.
You're watching This Day. We'll be right back.